right, let me get that out of there, and we're recording. Welcome, everyone, to our monthly webinars. I do these free every month. I have a different speaker every month. You can get on my email list, and this way you could get to see who I'm going to have every month, so that you are more than welcome to join. I have a combination of herbalists and aromatherapists that come monthly. December is up in the air because the one that was going to do it has not sent me her information yet. So if she doesn't do it, I probably will do it. So see, we're letting more people in. So I'm going to ask you to mute yourselves, and then I will ask you to unmute when I want you to, don't put it in the chat. I'm going to give you my email address, and you can email it to me, and or you could give it to Dr. Leo, and he'll email it to me. Somebody will email it to me, but it's real easy. So I will, when I finish talking, I will put it into the chat. So again, I do them monthly, and also let me give you a little bit about me. I am a clinical aromatherapist, and I am also a functional herbalist. My specialty is working with those in hospice, and also frankincense resin, and now also the boswellic acid of the resin. I have been doing research on frankincense for over 6 years. I have a frankincense group I run online, and I'm written up in many of the aromatherapy and herbalist newsletter. I recently joined what's called Herbalists Without Borders. It's a wonderful organization, and they give back. So what they do is they make aromatherapy and herbal items, and they send it to those in need, those that have come off of all the fires, like in California, floods where people need help, and the veterans. They do a lot of work with the veterans, and it's a great organization. It's not expensive for a regular member. It's only $50 to join. You get a journal every 3 months. You get newsletters, and they have monthly webinars also, which are free. So I urge you to look at their website. It's herbalistwithoutborders.com. .org, sorry. Take a look. You can type it in and look at it. I really like it. Wait a minute, I'm going to let somebody in. And that's it.
Borders.
Please mute. Rosemary, please mute yourself. Whoops. Okay. So what I'm going to do is because I make this very informal, I am going to, before I introduce Dr. Leo, I'm going to go around, and I'm going to ask you to, what I call your name, I'm going to ask you to unmute and give us a little bit about you. So Marva, you're first. Go for it.
I'm Marva Watkins, and I am a clinical aromatherapist. And right now I'm not working as one, but there's really not too much else I want to say.
Well, you're a good person, and you come to a lot of these almost every one of them. So that's a good thing. Just so you know, if you need CEU credits, because I am certified with NAHA to be able to give CEU credits, email me and this is my email address, very easy, info@rbkaromatherapy.com. So you could get any easier than that. And email me if you want to get on my waiting list. Also, I sell product that I make, and I sell resins. And this way you could get to see all the different specials that I do run. And I also sell frankincense essential oil. And everybody who attends this webinar, just to remind you, you can get 10% off my store using the coupon webinar. And you have to spend $50. So if you spend $50 or more, you get 10% off the store, excluding any of the courses that I run. And I will be running, just so you know, I will be running a course called Aromatherapy and the Bible. I teach it, we go back to Adam and Eve, and you actually could get a little bottle, a 3 ml bottle of the anointing oil that I infuse for an entire year. And it's almost all the oils in the Bible. So if you go to my website under courses, my website is and I'll put it in the chat. robinsresinsplus.com is my selling website. And you could see all the courses that I give it there. So let's go down the line.
Robin, can I go next? Would you mind if I go next? Because I'm in my car and I'm parked now and I have to drive. It's Roseanne.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi. So sorry. My name is Roseanne Schnall. I'm a nutrition professor at Brooklyn College. I've been studying herbal medicine. I teach a course in integrative nutrition and functional foods. I've been studying herbs for many, many years. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to hear all about frankincense. And I was at another lecture that Dr. Leo presented, and I think we were talking about frankincense for pain management, making, the capsules that people were taking. And yeah, it's phenomenal because boswellia is a really amazing pain medicine. So anyway, thank you. I have to leave early because I have to teach at 6:30, but I'm hoping to get the rest of it on the recording. Thanks so much.
You should take a look at my website because I have all the information on the boswellic acid capsules, extract capsules on there with full information.
Yes, I know. I've seen it. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to Vladimir. Tell us about you.
Okay, perfect. No, it's just unmuting. Yeah, my name is Vladimira. I live in UK. I'm clinical aromatherapist as well. And I work primarily in hospitals and with the cancer and on palliative care at the moment. Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this as well. So, yeah.
All right. Roseanne?
Yeah, I just went.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Isabel.
Hello, my name is Isabel. You hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Isabel. I was always surrounded by all the elements from Mother Earth. So I'm into herbalism, anything that comes from Earth. So I do holistic expo. I work in the field of buying holistic, non-toxic skincare and health products. Okay. And I buy a lot from Robin too. I love resins.
We live
So
in the same state.
Yes, so I work a lot too with sharing what Robin has, all her products at the holistic expos that I do nationwide.
Excellent. Let's see. Serene, are you with us?
Oh, I think she got cut off.
No, she's here.
Oh, she's with a dog here, I think.
No, so no. Serene,
Oh, okay.
you mute. I'll spit it out. I guess she's not here. What about Marianne? Are you here? Guys, you got to tell us you're alive. I guess not. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Who?
Oh, she's here. She's Marianne.
Hi, I'm Marianne. I'm just starting to get involved with essential oils and herbs and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a personal interest for me.
Excellent. Can we see you? Or do you know how to do you have a
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Listen, I'm on a different time zone and I haven't even got dressed yet today. So I'm in my pajamas, so we'll pass.
Oh,
All right.
where are you
That's
from? Where are you from, Marianne?
BC, Canada.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You're far away. All right. Luna, unmute.
Hi, I'm Luna. I'm from Santa Cruz, California. When I was 5 years old, I had a traumatic experience, and my father told me that everybody on his side are clairvoyants, and his mother told me that we are from the Salem witches and that we were the victims.
Where are you from? Where do you live?
Santa Cruz, California.
Ah, okay. Very good. And who am I missing? I'm missing Aline. Did I say that right? I could have said that wrong. Are you with us? I guess not. Okay, what about Rosemary?
Hi, I'm sorry. I had a problem. I'm muting. But yes, my name is Aline, and I'm from Puyallup, Washington. And this is just an opportunity for me to learn. I've always had, like Marianne has just stated, a personal interest. So this will further develop my knowledge and also informational resources and just more of a specialist view on essential oils.
Excellent. Glad you came. Again, in the chat, I put in my email address so that if you want to get on my list for future free webinars and also all the specials that I run, please do take it down from the chat and copy it down. You will get, before I go to the last person, you will get a copy of this. You will get a link. Webex is having a little bit of a problem, so you might not get it till Saturday. And you have about 3 weeks to watch it again if you'd like. So, because then I have to take it down for the next one, just so you know. Okay, Rosemary, it's up to you.
Yeah, hello. Good evening. Let me try to start my video. Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, we hear
Yeah.
you. Where are you?
Yes.
Where are
Hi.
you from?
Hi, Robin. I'm from New Jersey. I live New Jersey and Florida. If you remember 2018, I was with you
That's
for
right.
the classes with
You're
the
right.
installation and so on. Also, recently I met last year and now in the last NAHA conference, I met Dr. Lee also. Okay, I have his ADI. I'm a scientist by background, chemist. I work in dietary supplements before I work in pharmaceutical. Also, I'm aromatherapist, therapist, working with herbs, working with essential oil, hydrosol, and so on. And I'm just glad to be there, learn a little bit more and see discussion and everything.
Excellent. Now I remember who you are. It didn't click. Now it clicked. Yes.
Yeah, we
I
did.
think
I think when you first time did your distillation, I think was lemon balm, Melissa,
yes.
when you did in your backyard.
Yep. You're
Mhm.
right. All right.
And some frankincense.
And some
Yes.
frankincense.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so now that we know Dr. Leo knows where everybody's from, it helps him also, besides helps me. So I'd like everybody to mute themselves. Make sure you stay muted. I will mute at different times. And Dr. Leo, tell us about you first before we, because some people might not know who you are. So go for it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. First, very glad work with Robin this time for the webinar. And she was talking this like 2 months ago. I think it's good time just in November, and we can know more each other and give a talk about. So the topic will be like how to extract herbs. I will give a little bit introduction myself during the presentation, right after beginning the presentation. So can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes. Yes.
Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay, good.
yes.
So this talk, I will talk about how to extract herbs. Generally, there are two different methods. The most popular ones, distillation and infusion. So I will go through what they are and what do we get from these different methods. Uh, let's see. Okay, so here's a little bit about myself. My name is Liang. You can call me Leo. And I have a PhD in chemical engineering. So my most work is about the technology and the product development. I have a research and a bit of teaching at Brown University. So my research work has go through from energy, including like batteries, and also the water treatment, water purification. I designed device for using the technology to reach the goal. And in 2018, I founded a LETIME. The goal is to create user-friendly, reliable tools for herb extraction, and especially for making the hydrosols, essential oil, and herb infusions. About 2 years ago, I designed the ADI as an advanced herbal distiller and infuser. It's patented as a dual function to make the herb extracts, with a good quality, and also consistent, save your labor work. So before I go, just want to have a little bit background from you guys. I guess you already went through this, but I still want to know a little bit more about, have you used these things before? Like, anybody have you used hydrosol before?
You
If you
can
can.
raise your hand, or you can use the uh on the bottom there is a
Okay, I
raise,
see. I see
that's
that.
it. And you can raise your hand and show, this way
Okay.
you can see who is. So
Okay. I see two hands up on the hydros, or three hands, four. Maybe five, yeah, five total, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's over half.
And then you
And
put
what
in
about
your,
essential oil? How many use essential oil? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have 6 here. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can put on your hands and let's see how many use yeah, there's still hands up. You put down your hands. How many use infused oil? How many use infused oil? How about 5? About 5. What about tincture? Have a 6. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Yeah, I think about half of us have used the different infusion and distillation products. What about, have you done this work by yourself? Like, have you done distillation or infusion? What about distillation? Have anybody done distillation? For here.
I have. I'm driving, so I can't respond. But I've done
Okay.
all the others, and I've done all the distillation and infusion as well.
Okay. Cool. Great.
all
So
together.
we have 1, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 6. 6. And an infusion. How many do infusion? I already heard you, so you don't have. Yeah. 5 here. Okay. And who has done both of them? How many done both of them? I have 5 done both. And who have done none of them? No. So okay. So I know Rosemary done some. Oh, Elaine. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you, everybody. So I see, yeah, I think it's a lot of people has experience with this. So we can go a little bit quicker on the presentation. The list of the content. So there will be general 2 parts. The first part I focus on the hydrosol and essential oil and how do we make them. I will go a little bit about its history, the development of the technology, and what is the difference in the chemical view, in the chemistry angle? What's the difference between the hydrosol and essential oil? And I will give a little demonstration. I will show a video I recorded already by using the ADI to make the lavender hydrosol and essential oil, so you can see how people make essential oil. Even this is a small scale, but the large scale working the same way. And the second part is about the infusion. The same thing I go through what is the infusion is, and what's the difference between the different infusion, like infused oil and tincture. And the last I gotta do a demo as well. So go to the first part. So first let's talk about the definition. So hydrosol and essential oil, they both are made at the same time during the distillation from normally aromatic plants. But generally for hydrosol, you can make from any plants. Essential oil is not, but some plants has more, some plants less, some has very rare. So it's that's why you don't see a lot of all kinds of essential oil. The process can make the products in 2 parts. One is the essential oil, that is a pure concentrated aromatic extract, and hydrosol is a water-based distillate. It contains the gentle and the water-soluble compounds. There's a little short video just showing you here's the device. It's called an oil separator. You can see on top that is That is oil. That's a lavender essential oil floating on top of the hydrosol. And so I want to go to a little bit history. I don't know how many people like history. I hope it's not too boring. So I bring some pictures. There are 3 generations of this technology. One started from like 1,500 years ago, and then during the the kind of the 800 or 1,500 years ago period of time, that's Olympic. A lot of people may heard about this term, and then the more closer to the modern time. Of course, then we have our modern technology. So in the really, really old time, like almost 5,000 years ago, the distillation technology was invented by Persians. So they use like a clay jar, 2 piece. One is the top is the cover, and the bottom is like they holding the liquid and material down here, but they have a ring, they have an edge, and when they heat it up, so it's boiling, and then when they go to the top, it air cooled, and then they drip down, flow down to the edge. That's where they collect their rose water. They use that as a perfume at the time. It's interesting, people still love the rose water now. So this is a jar I have in my room. It's actually, if you look at the shape, it's almost identical with the one I just show you here. But we use that to make the fermented vegetables, but not use as a boiler anymore. And it's if you know more chemistry, you heard about like a oxalate extraction. Oxalate extraction is a process to kind of like do the infusion, but normally like water infusion, you can concentrate, you can make a very concentrated infusion by using this device. How it works is at the bottom flask, you can add the water in there, or you use other like a solvent, organic solvent, alcohol. So you boil them, and those solvent go up, and they will cool down when you touch the condensation, and they drip back into the middle column. From this picture, that's a glass one. So when you use it, actually there'll be a little perforated container inside the tube, and then you put your herb material inside there. So the benefit is every time when you boil, most of them just water. So you kind of keep using the fresh water to extract the herb. And then when they become extracted, they will go back to the container. So that's how you can make your very concentrated, you can think about like a coffee, but you make a very concentrated coffee. It's quite similar with the jar methods in the beginning, but obviously their shape and are different now. And the Olympic period time, so the Arabs they design a special the head. So the head has a better cooling function, and they also have a neck. The neck can lead the distillate out. So you remember the last one, you have to open the cap, and you either pour the distillate from the ring. But this one, they make like you can continuously collecting the rose water. You don't have to stop it in the middle. So that makes the whole production more efficient. And that's why I think that's why people still remember the Olympic name. And later on, this color Rosenhot, it's already quite similar to what we have now. So you can see on the ground, they have the black charcoal, that's their fuel. And on the left side, that's their flowers. So they put the flower in the middle, and then they heat up, he's blowing the air to make the hotter so they can accelerate the distillation. But they all using the same way, like the little hat. That's air cooled, so they're air cooled and then collect all the hydrosol and even essential oil. So the chart here, it shows the technology development. The first one is like the one we just see, and then the alembic hat they come in, and later on adding the water so to help to cool down. And this is pretty much where we are now. And the other the same thing, to kind of develop a different route. So they were using a pot with water on top and use a bowl here. I don't know, you guys have heard of like a reverse lead method. A lot of people just use a pot, boil the herb and put a little cup in the middle and a reverse the lid, and then that's like a home way. And they also kind of upgraded by adding a little spoon to continuously leading the distillate out of that. So I have a video talk about the thing. If you don't have a still at home, how to make the rose water, you can use a pot. This is a steamer pot. So you have a water as a bottom layer, and the middle layer you can add your flower here and put your bowl here, and then you put the cover reverse and on top, and you can add an ice cube on top here. But the same thing, it's a batch mode. That means you have to open the lid and take the bowl out and collect it. It's not continuously. It's more like this way. And this is the picture I took when I visit China. So they are making the alcohol. What they do is they put the cold water here, and then they have this. You see the tube. They have a little kind of a spoofing facing right middle to the bottom of the cooling unit, and then collect the dripping liquid, so it can make a little bit more efficient. And this one is alembic. You can see that online, but it's just follow the shape. In the old time, they use this as air cool, but this one they actually use a separate condenser, so you can add a water or ice cube here. But during the distillation, the condenser is taking the heat out of the steam, so that's why you gotta use a lot of like a cold water or ice cube in this condenser to cool down. So that's the picture I show you in the beginning. You can see when you collecting the distillate, you will have this one is lavender. So you can see the lavender essential oil floating on top. The hydrosol is here. So during the work, because you will collect more hydrosol than essential oil, so this device can keep leading the hydrosol out, and you're gonna need a little cup to collect the hydrosol here, and so the oil can keep collecting, inside the tube. When you finish, so you open this little valve here, and then you drain the liquid, the hydrosol first, until you reach the essential oil, and then you separate them. I have a video. I'll show you the video. It's a step-by-step video. So let's go back. See the difference. So first, hydrosol and essential oil are made at the same time during the distillation. So they all collecting the volatile compounds. So volatile compounds, that's where we smell the scent of the herb. And essential oil is a concentrated aromatic extract. It's mainly contain terpenes, alcohol, ether, aldehyde, ketones, and phenols. And hydrosol is already C, so that is a water-based. Most of them is water, but it also grab those water-soluble the compounds like the alcohol, esters, and the ketones. So those can dissolve into the hydrosol. And so what are the difference? Here's the chemistry of the lavender, the Lavandula angustifolia, essential oil, and hydrosol. So in lavender essential oil, this is the English lavender. Linalool is one of the major compound. It take about 30%. Linoleic acetate is more, it's around 40%. And the kaffir depends on the breed of the lavender. English lavender has pretty low kaffir, but lavandin has a much higher. It can reach like 10%. And one is Sinel. It's a small amount. It has another name, this chemical called eucalypto. So from the name of the eucalypto, you can tell it's mostly come from the eucalyptus. And because of their solubility in the water is different, so the hydrosol has a different the profile as essential oil. So in the hydrosol, linalool has a pretty good solubility, so they can reach 0.15%. But a linoleic acetate, that is very low. And eucalypto is low because the nature is low, and the kaffir can dissolve a lot, so 0.1%. So you can see that because the chemical composition is different between the hydrosol and essential oil, you will normally feel like even their scent will be different, their smell will be different between the oil and the hydrosol. But they both have their own benefits. For example, the linalool, they have the calming, they are antimicrobial, they have anti-inflammatory benefits. Linoleic acetate brings the floral scent, it have relax and soothing. And eucalypto is great for the airway, it's antiseptic, and the kaffir can help improve the circulation. It's also a mild stimulant. So when we compare the hydrosol with essential oil, so hydrosol we talk about around 0.1%. That's the concentration of the phytochemicals within it. It's great for your regular and daily use, and because it's water-based, so it's easy to use, easy to carry. It's friendly with sensitive skin, with a pet, animals, child. A lot of my customers they use the hydrosol for the animal to treat the animals, and also because it's a mild, so it's a very popularly used on the skin, hair, body, or even you can add in the drink like tonic drink, or add in the food. Essential oil, so you normally need to dilute it to 1% for your regular use, and you use a carrier oil, not water. So because they have a different chemical composition, so they have their own benefits. So my favorite hydrosol, so there are two ways. One is I use in the car and driving as a facial spray, and also I like use the lavender hydrosol as a mouthwash. So this can help soothe the throat. I have the blogs on the website. You can read about the two example, like a best hydrosol for the different parts of the body, and a hydrosol for the health. There's a link on that. You can just go to the blog section on the website. You will see a lot, the blogs there. I also have a book. It talk about the hydrosol, the ebook, Hydrosol for Life. It's free when you purchase online on our website. I show you a little bit information. There's a page talk about hydrosol for skincare, for the sensitive skin. the best hydrosol including the chamomile, calendula, rose, lavender. There's a gentle, soothing, and anti-redness. And some of the hydrosol are great for the mental support, reduce anxiety, the stress, all for just like a regular daily use, household, the daily use. So that's and this is one example page about like a rose hydrosol. In this chapter, we talk about the botanical name, and what part you use. For rose, obviously you use the flower, but for some others, like rose geranium is wonderful. So to use the leaf, so you can make a very wonderful like rose-like hydrosol and their uses. Here, I'm gonna show you a video. You can watch how to use ADI to make a hydrosol and essential oil, including how to set up and the ratios. Now I'm gonna demonstrate you how to make a hydrosol and essential oil. I'm using lavender today. So the first step is add water in the pot. I'm doing steam distillation. That means water at the bottom and the lavender bud will sit on top of the water. And the benefits of using the steam distillation is you don't worry about the ratio. You start with, like how much water you're adding compared with the flour you use, because all the steam will go through the flour, go through the herb. And now just add a 2 liters of the water. The question is, a lot of people ask what water they can use. You can use natural water, like well water, or rainwater, river water. They have a good quality because those water doesn't have a chlorine. I'm using the city water, but if you want to use the city water, it's okay. Just use either a filter water. I'm using filter water today. The filter you choose, it can help remove the chlorine, those volatile things from the water that may go into your hydrosol. So change the profile of your hydrosol. So that's the reason. Or you can use ADI machine to make a distilled water. Just use a city water and put in the pot, and then just turn on the distill and make a distilled water. That's perfect fine. And the distilled water will be collected in this box. So you can use this water and put it back into the pot for your hydrosol making. So first add a 2 liters of water. You can add up to 3 liters. There's a mark in the bowl, so that's the number is showing how much water in there. And again, so I'm doing steam distilled water. You can also do hydrodistillation. That means you can submerge your rose or flower or the flowers you have, submerging the water, and then put this on top. So this can help push the flower under the water during the distillation. So when you do hydrodistillation, the ratio is a 5:1. 5 part of the water and 1 part of the flour. And then just adding the lavender buds. We have these dry lavender buds in our store. You can order it. This is a wonderful local made dry lavender buds. You can make a good amount of essential oil. I will show you, after, during the distillation. Generally, you don't want to add flour more than the line, the handlebar, the hole here. So this is a good amount. And also when we do the distillation, ask, should we pack it? We don't need, you want to have a little space for the steam can go through. So just loosely.
We lost the sound.
A very small amount.
There you go.
When
Now
you are
it's
making
working.
the hydrosol, the oil start collecting with time, and this small tube just keep collecting all the oil here. Because the oil normally, most of the essential oils are lighter than water. They will flow on top here, and at the same time, the hydrosol will come out from the side tubing, and then it will just keep collecting the hydrosol. And this valve at the bottom, so we need to close it in the beginning, just so the hydrosol and oil won't go, go down right away. So we just need a tubing to connect from the outlet of the ADI into the oil separator. This is the whole set. The whole set comes with a separator, a stand, and the tubing with a little clamp. The clamp side go to the nozzle and then close it and push this side on top of the glass, separator. Then this whole thing is set up. So while the operating, we need a container to collect the hydrosol from the side tubing of the separator. So that's the whole thing. It's ready. So I set the time at 1 hour 15 minutes. I expect to collect around a liter of the hydrosol. I'll show you how much oil I get. It's very simple to just set up and turn on. And the fan will be on when you distill because you need to cool down the steam and back into the liquid. But when you do infusion, it's a low temp, warm infusion process. The fan will not work and everything will stay here. So here's essential oil. That's from the dry lavender buds. You've got quite a good amount of the essential oil. And the bottom is the hydrosol. The fresh made hydrosol, especially when you have essential oil, you normally can see like cloudy hydrosol. That's very good. The other benefits while making the hydrosol, it's a fresh made. No additives, no artificial chemicals. Everything we got from here just from the water and the herb. So that's all we have. So we exactly know what's in the hydrosol we are using for ourselves, for the customers, friends, family, and even pets. So we know what we are using. This is like a fresh made food, rather than you buy like a canned food or fast food. So this is exactly you cook from a fresh vegetable, fresh meat, like that, the fresh food. But this is the fresh made hydrosol. So I will let it go until collecting about a liter of the hydrosol. I can stop it or just let it stop by itself. So this is after hour. You can see how much oil I got. It's more than 10 milliliter. And the other thing I want to show you is this hydrosol. You can see the cloudy hydrosol. That's the best, fresh made hydrosol. The cloudy because there are a small amount of the oil dispersed in there, and that make the hydrosol is more potent. Again, just want to show you the machine. And remember that I set at like hour 50, so it's already hour 10 minutes past. So one more thing I want to talk is about the box. This box is made by PP, the food grade. PP is commonly used as like drinking the cups or some, the food storage. It's very resistant, the chemical resistant. It stays stable in the essential oil, but it's recommended for just temporary collection. When you make hydrosol, you can just directly put in there and receive everything in the box, and right after you can transfer into a bottle, the glass bottle. You can transfer them into, or if you expect to receive oil, because when you have this, the oil will disperse on top in such a large space, then make it harder, make it really hard to collect, no matter what way you use, it's really hard to collect them. But because the separator, it has this structure that makes the oil, keep collecting with time, and that thing you can easily separate, like the valve at the bottom. That's how I'm gonna show you how to separate the oil. I decided to just finish the distillation. What you can do, even during the operation, what you can do to stop it is use the start-stop button. Don't use the on-off button, because the on-off will shut down everything. The start-stop button, it can stop the heating, but keep the fan running, so the residue steam will cool down. All you need to do is long press the button. You will hear a beep and also see the flashing the red lights on top. So that means your process is stopped. That especially the heating stopped, but not the fan. You can see the fan is still running. This help cool down all the residues, the steams. So just give a little time, normally 5 minutes, and then we can shut off the power. You can also see there's no more, hydrosol, only a little bit. That's the residue I talk about. So they are coming out, but not like constantly coming out. Now after 5 minutes, you can just manually turn off. So after you turn off, so everything goes back, and eventually this little red line will disappear as well. I will separate the oil to show you how to do that. You need a little container using a beaker to collect the hydrosol. And then when the hydrosol finish, only the oil left in the tube, then you're gonna need the oil bottle for your essential oil. I have some oil left. It's a little bottle. It's about that much. So I will show you after, how much I get after this. So first, just open this valve at the bottom. Just let the hydrosol come out. You can do it slowly, and go through. When you're getting too close to the end, slow down. by closing the valve a little bit, so that the hydrosol move. You can do a little shake, just gently, very little shake. And sometimes you just close it and do more shake. Just let the hydrosol coming out, all of them coming out. You know, some of them can left here, just shaking it. Just be careful, you know, you don't want your bottle, you don't want to knock down your bottle. Just take away the bottle before you shake it. And then just keep draining it until the oil touches the line. And here I want to show you the hydrosol I have. You see that, the cloudy hydrosol? So that's a good hydrosol, the fresh made hydrosol. You don't see that from the old hydrosol. And now I can collect all the oil into this bottle. So it was about here. Just do the same thing like hydrosol, but just keep the bottle facing the drain hole. It will be a little bit left in the glass, a few drops. It's not a big deal. So now you can see how much oil in there. So it was here. It's almost like a half bottle of this. So that's definitely over 10 milliliter of the oil I collected. It's a lavender essential oil. So let me show you what it looked like after you distill the herb. It's very interesting. You will see, you know, the herb after the distill. For this one, mostly the color changed, and of course the scent it lose a lot. But the very interesting part is it's still not as wet as you think. You know, like a boiling. It's kind of just damp, but you can see it's still like individual pieces. It's not like a clump that they stick together. That's a good steam distillation because the steam just in and out, so they don't stay there for a long time. And this, the herb after distill, you can just use that to compost. I just dump into the garden bed. That's wonderful, you know, for the soil because they still have some benefit from the herbs. This can be easily absorbed by the soil. Okay, so that's the demonstration about using the ADI to make the hydrosol and essential oil. Now let's go to the second part about infusion. So infusion is solvent extraction process. We normally use like water, alcohol, glycerin, or oil. Because of the property of the solvents, so they are drawing different kind of the compounds out of the herb, and they lead into their teas, tinctures, glycerine, and infused oil. Glycerin is kind of, people see that as similar as alcohol. In the chemical structure, it does show some similarity, but the glycerin is way bigger. That make you know, it's more kids friendly and tastes sweet. So what do we get from the, you know, different infusion like water? The water is a high polarity solvent, so it can extract the alkaloid, glycoside, the tannin. The tannin is the bitter taste. That's why your tea or a lot of the water extract tastes the bitter. It also have the vitamin like vitamin C and flavonoids. And alcohol, the ethanol itself, has low polarity, so it can extract both the polar and non-polar compounds, including the alkaloids, terpenes. Terpenes exist in the essential oil, phytochemicals that's antioxidants, and the resins. So resin like your frankincense, then you can use alcohol to dissolve the resins. And glycerin is mild polarity, but because it's a large molecule, so it extracts less compounds, mostly like flavonoids, glycoside, and some of the phenol antioxidants. And the oil normally used like olive oil, jojoba oil, or coconut oil. Those are the non-polar, and they dissolve the fat soluble the compounds, including a bit of essential oil, carotenoids, chlorophyll. So the benefit when you're doing the infuse with oil, you not only take a benefit from the herb, but also the oil itself. So the oil has, for example, like olive oil, they have their omega and the vitamins. So those are great for skincare or massage oil. Compare between the tincture, the lavender pink tincture, and the lavender infused oil. The tincture has the organic acid, like rosmarinic acid. Those are great antioxidants. They have anti-inflammation. Turmerins, they have the wound healing. The flavonoids have the neuroprotective, and triterpenes, antimicrobial. And in the infused oil, you have chlorophyll that brings a green color. It's antioxidants, anti-inflammation, beta carotene, and skin nourishing and protective, and phytosterols support the skin barrier, and also the vitamins. Most of the vitamins can dissolve in oil. So that's why the infused oil is great for the skin, but the tincture can be used both inside and outside. And here's a video that's showing you how to use ADI to the infusion.
With ADI, I'm gonna do 2 different infusions in one run. I'm using the turmeric powder for infusion. I'm gonna do oil infusion with extra virgin olive oil and a tincture with vodka. So the first question, so when we make infusion, we need to decide the ratio. The general ratio is 1:5. So when we're using the dry material, the ratio is 1 part of the herb and 5 part of the solvent. Solvent can be either the oil or the alcohol. I'm using the 8-ounce bottle. 8 ounce is perfect for ADI to fit in. And the 8-ounce bottle is about 240 milliliter. I like to use a milliliter because that makes it easy to calculate. For the dry powder, it's 1:5. That means total is 6 parts. 1 part is herb and 5 part is the solvent. So 240 milliliter, that is a 40. That means we use 40 grams of the turmeric powder, turmeric root powder. So I have my weight, zero it. And turmeric powder is a very yellow. If you don't like the color go on your hand, you can use a glove to pack, just prevent, the powder go on the hand. This is a very fine powder, so it's the powder can make the infusion more efficient, but it make your separation. So after finish, we need to separate the powder from the solvent. So that makes the separation a little bit harder than the pieces, the pieces materials, herbs. So as I said, we need 40 grams. That actually a lot. See that? That's 40 grams. So you can see you almost take like one third of the cup. If you use like a looser material, like the leaves, you gotta add a lot, like almost a full cup. So this is like a general ratio. Of course, you can use different ratios. Just make it easy, just adding the same amount as the other cup. So one for the oil, one for the tincture. Now I have the turmeric in the bottle. This one for the tincture making. Tincture is hydroalcohol extraction. Normally we use about 40% or 6 to 60% the alcohol. So it's extracting, including the polar solvent and also the water soluble. And what we do here is after the alcohol in, give it time, especially for this powder, give time, just let the bubble come up. Give a good stir. Now add more alcohol. And another stir. Infusion is a solvent extraction, just like a tea making. Have a good contact between the herb and the solvent. It's very important. So especially when you are using the powder, you gotta do spend a little more time on this preparation. It's good, and then just close. When you're using the ADI, and this is like a bottle method, it's like a water bath method, you need to use a seal jar. You need a mason jar and the canning jar. So the jar has to be able go through the high temperature. The second bottle is the oil infusion. So I'm using the olive oil, the actual virgin olive oil. Same thing, it's just poured in. That was a little bit modified oil infusion method. So what it does is add a little bit of alcohol in the beginning before adding the oil. So that way you can, its technical term is called a wetting. So make the herb kind of get ready, to be soaked by the oil. So we do the same thing, stir it. Oil is a little bit different than the alcohol. Just give a good stir. Same thing, just let the powder has a good contact with oil. Let it soak well. So it's actually not too difficult to let the turmeric separate in the oil. It's very easy. Just compare with alcohol, it's thicker. So the solvent oil, right? It's a little bit thicker. Again, just stir it. Close bottle. Now the 2 bottles are ready for the infusion. With ADI, there are 2 methods. One method is today I'm going to show you is the water bath method. The benefit of this one, like here, I'm making 2 different infusion in one run. Just put the bottle in and add water and soak to the half of the, minimum is half of the bottle. So that water can help warm up and accelerate the infusion. The other way is a direct infusion. You can add everything in the pot. If you want to make like a large quantity, 1 liter, 2 liter, so you can just directly add in the pot. But for regular personal use or even just for shop use, I highly recommend you do this water bath method. So you can make multiple batches in one run, and also you can always use the fresh infusion. Flowers is normally good for the infusion, including the tincture and infused oil. So it saves you a lot of time compared, 4 to 6 weeks. It's a pretty efficient process. Okay, so I'm going to show you after the 5 hours how it look and then how to separate them. Separate the oil and the tincture from the powder. Okay, let me show you what it is. First one, the tincture. This one's oil. So we use a press to separate the infusion from the herb. This one is, I have an extra layer of the mash bag on top. So first let me separate the oil. But look at the oil, the color of the oil. You can see it already show like the golden yellow color. Just to press it. Now separate the tincture. Show you the tincture. Tincture is a little cloudy. But I do see the tincture color is like a golden yellow, beautiful golden yellow color. So that's the same. So when you're making the powder infusion, especially the fine powder, is pretty common. You will have some leftover powder in your the tincture and also the infused oil.
Okay, so that's the how to make the tincture infused oil with ADI. I do have read a book about tincture of the there are 48 different herbs, like the lavender. The goal I write this book is I want to make it more like a practical. For example, here you can see the parts to use for the infusion and the functional compounds and when you harvest for the best the outcome and how to make the tincture, the ratio of the dry or fresh, and the research back the benefits of this the herb. A little summary of today's talk. We talk about the distillation and infusion of the herb. So when we make the essential oils through the distillation, so we are extracting the volatile compound that's oil phase, and it's a lavender essential oil. I talk about like a linalool. That's one of the major compound. It has a calming, antimicrobial, or linoleic acetate. It has a relaxing benefits. The kaffir 1-HCl. The hydrosol is made in the same way, but it's a water-soluble compounds in the water. It's wonderful like the skin toner. It's a cooling mist, and it's antiseptic, anti-inflammation, antimicrobial. It's wonderful like a skincare. And infusion, we talk about the alcohol. It's called a hydroalcohol extraction. That's pretty much most of the people do. That means you're using not like a pure alcohol. You're using the 40% or 80 proof alcohol. That's extracting the water soluble and the alcohol soluble compounds. And the oil, you are extracting the oil soluble that's like chlorophyll, steroids, vitamins. Those are great for skin cares, massaging. So the last, I already showed you this. So that's the idea. When you after the distillation, you already see the herb. It's the herb is not like mushy like you boil it. It's kind of still in piece. It's in its shape. So because you just extract the volatile part, you can still do another infusion just by using this material. If you really want like a fully extract them, and that's the way you can do, especially for the precious herbs, you can do this way. But not all the herbs you can do this, because some of the herbs they can change, like the resin, they will change after your distillation. But for the stems, the branches, you can still do the infusion after this. Okay, yeah, that's today's talk. It's about different methods to extract herbs and what products you can make. So if you have questions, I'm happy to answer.
Can you take off the share?
Oh yeah, sure.
There you go. Much better. I just want to add to it. I have the ADI, and I've been experimenting with it with many different things. And you can actually use it with fruit. I made green apple hydrosol. I made strawberry hydrosol. I made orange hydrosol and pineapple hydrosol. And the best thing about it is, besides you get the hydrosol inside the pot, you actually can use the water to drink. So you could make, I've made strawberry ices out of strawberry hydrosol. I've made, I make a room spray out of the orange hydrosol. That's beautiful. But the apple hydrosol, I use green apples. And inside the pot, you have the pulp. So you actually wind up with natural apple juice, which is out of this world. It is so delicious. So not only do you wind up with the hydrosol, but you also wind up with juice. So you could definitely use it that way. You could also, a little bit about, people have asked me, can you distill frankincense in it? Yes and no. You cannot put in a large amount of resin into the pot. The recommendation is to put no more than 4 ounces into the pot of 2.5 liters of water. And why no more liters of water? Because resin froths. So you don't want it building up and exploding the ADI. The other thing is, it's very hard to clean. And I made a PDF, which I think, Leo, you have up on your website, with step-by-step instructions on how to do it and how to clean the pot, because resin sticks to everything. It's like glue. And the other thing I suggest, that if you're going to get the ADI, to get a second pot, because first of all, you'll never get the smell out of the pot. So if you're using resin, it doesn't matter. But if you're using plant material, your plant material is going to smell like frankincense. The other thing is that we found that it can scratch the pot. Now, if you're only using the pot for resin, you don't care if it scratches the pot. But you really don't want it scratching the pot for your herbal infusions. So I definitely recommend buying another pot, which Leo does sell. So if you're going to do frankincense, and you can get essential oil, you're not going to get tons of it because you're only using 4 ounces, but you might wind up with 1 or 2 mils of the essential oil. So now we'll open it up to anybody that has any questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. And I believe the first question is Greg.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Leo. I do 2 things that I would do if it had the ADI, except I don't use the quantities. I use, I'm biodynamic, so I would make hydrosols from yarrow, chamomile, dandelion, that kind of thing. But I would maybe use 100 or 200 grams, not a full pot. That's my first question. So is it possible to do that, to make a hydrosol from those, because that's how they use it? Then secondly, there's in Korean natural farming, they have this oriental herbal nutrient, and it's angelica, cinnamon, ginger, garlic, and a few others. And we usually make that out of a tincture with vodka, like 100 proof vodka. And I wouldn't, I don't know that again, it's about the quantity thing. Do you have to have a pot full, or I think on the last one, the tinctures, you could just put it in the pot, even if you only use a couple 100 grams, and an equal amount of alcohol would probably be about right. But that's my questions. Thank you.
Oh yes, sure. Right. Yeah. You can do so for the hydrosol making. If you do the steam distillation, all you need just cover the hole on the the herb basket at yeah, how much you need. 100 gram actually is pretty good. Yeah, you already, I think you can cover the whole thing. And then because when you do that, what we want is the steam goes through the herb, not escaping, just barely through. So once they go through, then they can collect. The only difference is when you use a less herb, you expect to make less hydrosol. Uh, Reason is obvious, so because you only have that much phytochemical to extract. So normally you make less material. If you have a half the herb basket, then you make like a 500 milliliter of that hydrosol. That's you basically just setting the time. We have a chart to show you how much you can get by setting the time. Then you can just set the time to get that amount of the hydrosol. For your second question, it's a lovely. You can also make a small quantity. For this one, there are two ways. One way, if you use a little like a water bath method, use a glass jar. All you need just fill in the jar. The If you look at the video, I always try to fill all the way up. When you make any like infusion, you want to get a less air inside your chamber, so you kind of reduce the oxidation process, reduce rancid. But you can just use a smaller size bottle for smaller quantity. If you have a good amount, then you can just use the pot itself. Just dump everything in the pot, and then you can just use, yeah, for the larger quantity. For the small quantity, yes, yeah, you can do that as well.
Yeah, this would take about a 3-week process and reduce it to 5 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it does the infusions very nice. It also does conifers real nice. We did Aphrodite. That came out fabulous. And we did white pine. And we didn't just throw in the needles. I threw in the branches. And it came out beautiful. So there's many different things that you could do. And the advantage of it, I have a large still, and we do around 4 to 5 liters. With this, it takes an hour to put the whole thing together. With this, it's like 10 minutes. The hardest part is taking the leaves off the stems and putting them into the basket. That's the most time. The rest of it is great, and the advantage of it, you don't need ice, so you don't have to constantly add ice to it, and you don't have to watch it. So if you're using the basket, because not every plant material produces essential oil, we do a lot of lemon balm, because lemon balm is excellent. The hydrosol is excellent for pain and joint, in pain and muscle and joint pain. So it produces no essential oil. You need tons to get essential oil out of lemon balm. So I use the plastic container. So if you use the plastic container and I do it for 2 hours, I could go about doing everything else I'm doing. I don't have to watch, I don't have to babysit it, which is absolutely wonderful. The only time I really babysit it is if I'm doing essential oil, looking to get essential oil out of it. And that is by using the same separator that he has. And also a note that if you're going to do it with resin, he gives you a very long hose. So you could cut that hose in half and use one hose for plant material because that will wash out the odor 1, 2, 3 with you can put in alcohol in it and it'll clean it and get rid of the smell, but it won't do that as much for resin. So if you cut it in half and you mark it, and we mark it with a magic marker so we don't mix them up. And when I do resin, I do it in that. And I don't have to take out my big still to do it. If I'm looking to only do a liter or two, this is wonderful. Then I can do it that way. So it's one of the best things I ever got. It was a birthday present for myself, and I actually use it more than I use my regular still. My regular still I only use when I make large amounts of hydrosol and essential oil, and I'm going to sell it. So, anybody else have a question? Hand up. There's a hand up. Aline, you have a question? You have to unmute. Your hand is up. Maybe you don't have a question. Anyone else have a question? Don't tell me nobody has. Who has the ADI? Isabel, you have a question. Unmute.
Yeah, I have a question. How about if I wanted to do hydrosol of roses? Because I heard to get an essential oil of roses, you need like 10,000 petals. Is that true? So how am I going to fit all that in? How many can I
Yeah,
fit in that?
rose is one of the very hardest one you can get a
Right.
rose essential. It's generally speaking like 1,000 petal of the rose, you get 1 drop of the oil. That's how much oil you can get. But that also depends on the type of the rose. That's why rose water is very popular rather than the rose essential
Mhm.
oil. Yeah, you don't get oil from the any small size. Small size, I talk about hundreds of liters size.
Mhm.
For them, it's all called like small size. Same thing like a jasmine,
Right.
like lemon balm. Raman said, there's a lot of the herbs that they have a really low oil. Some even don't have oil
Right.
because they just have so little. And but that's why the hydrosol become it's kind of an alternative. The the extract that you can use rose water. If you try like use a fresh rose and make your rose water, it's wonderful. It's amazing.
Right.
Especially if you have a cabbage rose, then you can make your wonderful rose water.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
Oh, okay.
hydrosol itself is wonderful because it smells so strong for rose that there are so many different. You can use it as a linen spray, you can use it as a calming spray, you can use it as a toner. There is just so many uses. Also, if you use the dried, you have a better chance of getting essential oil out other than rose. You got a better chance of getting essential oil out of the dried plant than the flowers than if it's
Fresh.
not, yeah, than fresh.
Right. Okay. And another question, if I wanted to purchase it and have it sent to South America. How is it with the shipping? Is that going to get it off balance, the equipment?
Yeah. Please send me an email so we can find the shipping fee for you.
Okay.
What part are you from?
Colombia, I want to
Okay.
send one there
Okay.
since I'm going to be there for a couple months.
Can you send it to Colombia?
Yeah, I remember. Was that you
Yeah,
contact
that
me?
was her. That was
Yeah,
her. I
Yeah.
think
I
I
was
gave
thinking of
you her
taking it
address.
with me, but it's
Yeah.
I tried Robbins
You
and
know,
it's kind of heavy for me to
I don't
carry
know.
on.
personally, I think if you can ship as a checking bag, that's the most cost effective way. And
Yeah,
also,
but
it comes with you.
won't they bang it around?
Yeah,
I'm
that's the
gonna.
only problem.
I will put an extra bag on that. I will put in an extra package on that and ship to you, so you can
Mhm.
just
Oh, so
yeah.
in other words, you would set it up so that she could bring it on an
Yeah,
airplane.
you can just bring it. I will put an extra package. Yeah, the
Mhm.
box, extra box.
Right.
Just send me
Oh,
the email. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Oh,
so that
okay.
might actually be not as a carry-on, but
No, no, not a carry-on. You
not a
cannot take that
carry-on.
big. It's a big box.
The cargo.
Yeah,
Right.
it
Cargo.
need like a checking bag. You need a
Hmm.
pass to the checking person, and they
Right.
will.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was gonna ask too. So with the equipment, you get the hose and the hole in the glass where the two dividers are for hydrosol. Is that separate?
That's a separate thing. That's a separate called a essential oil separator kit. You can
The
purchase.
separator, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a separator kit.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right. So I'll email you and see
yeah, sure, sure.
what
I will
kind
send
of,
you
thank you.
information.
Uh,
Does a Greg
Luna,
has a question?
Luna, Luna has a question.
Hi. Do I need the herbal tincture press, or can I just use my cheesecloth?
You could use a coffee press.
Yeah,
I use a coffee press. They're $20 on Amazon.
Oh, well, I have these they're these orange towels, and I just
right. Anything you use is okay. This is like just a tool help you to make things, and you can use your stuff to separate or kind of more processing. We carry that thing I designed it because it has not only separating but also has a big jar, big
yeah.
stainless steel jar, the 2 liter size jar. That I was using that to make a lotion. It's a lotion you want to have a strong container to mix the oil and the water together. So that stainless steel thing is pretty convenient. Right after you
Okay.
kind of separate them and you can use that container for your lotion making. But you can
Then
definitely, yeah, use anything you like. Yeah, just separating them.
then I'll buy that separate as well. I just bought the lavender buds on sale. Thank you.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that one, that's the lavender you see in the video.
Okay.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Did you bought the ADI?
Yes, I have the ADI, and I had to return it because there was a problem with the button, and he sent me a brand new one, and it arrived like 20 minutes before the seminar started today. Yeah.
So now you'll have fun with it.
Yes, yes.
You'll love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's better than they say, better than Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm gonna be having fun.
It sits on my counter and it's so convenient.
I
And when
Oh,
was
we're not,
going I was
yeah,
going to the thrift store, this special one in my town, every day after work, looking for the exact size table that I needed to add that to have my machine and the oil separator tube attached to it. And I finally found a table, and it was an antique, and it must have been, I swear this thing must be worth like $1,000, but I spent $127 and it fits my equipment. And now I get to go have fun.
That's cool.
Try the fruit. You put the
Okay,
whole,
yes.
you put the whole thing in. The only
Okay.
thing you don't put in is the seeds, but
Okay.
you don't skim it. You don't take off the covering. You just
Okay.
put it up into small pieces, and I put most of it on top. I take 4 apples, 4
Okay.
green apples. Use green apples.
Okay.
And I cut them all up into pieces like that big.
Okay.
And then I put a layer of it on top. And then I take 1 apple cut up and I put it inside the pot.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then
Okay.
2 hours. That's all it needs. 2 hours. You fill it with water. I fill it with about 2 liters. And I wind up with about a liter and a half left. And if you like natural apple juice, this is to die for.
Oh, yummy.
Absolutely. Yeah, to die for.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I have another question. I forgot this. Dr. Leo, how in one day, how many times can I use this so I don't overheat it? Like I'm planning, I want to do more because I have a lot, lavender that I want to use. So I was just wondering, one day, can I use
Like,
it
you mean how many
continuously?
times you can use it in one day?
Yeah, continuously.
Oh
Or...
yeah, continuously. No problem. Yeah. Just keep using it. It's not a big deal. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if...
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
make sure after this is correct. After each use to run a clean, or wait till she's all done for the day.
Right. If you use the same material, you don't have to clean. But if you switch, it better do a clean cycle in the middle. Just kind of reduce the cross interference.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, I clean it after I use it anyway. Even if it's one day, I just clean it because I'm gonna forget for
Right.
the next
And,
time.
and on the resin, when it goes through the glass and tube, does the resin stick to the glass? Would you
No,
clean it?
no, it only
It
sticks
doesn't.
to the pot.
Yeah.
Only to
Resin
the
don't
pot.
leave. Yeah. Resin stay in the pot. You need
Stays in the pot.
Oh,
It's a bitch to clean, and you need oil and Dove dish soap to
right.
clean
I
it.
will get another pot.
Olive oil and Dove dish soap is how you clean it.
But I have to get 2 dividers separate if I'm going to do resins too, because it smells
No,
the
because
same.
that's glass. That'll clean. You do that.
Okay.
You wash it out with Dove dish soap, and then you run alcohol through it, and you let it sit in the alcohol for about 30
Mm,
minutes, and then you wash that through with warm
okay.
water,
Okay.
and
Thank you.
then you should be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Greg, you have another question?
Yes, I do on that book, 48 Herbs for, I forget the title of it, but Dr. Leo, the big problem I have is I'd love to do more of these things, but I don't know why I would use this herb or that herb. And so your book has these 48 herbs that you have, and it has the characteristics of the hydrosol or essential oils. Does your book also for each of these say why you would use yarrow or chamomile or dandelion or sage or any of these? How is the general guideline on use of that?
Right. The 2 books. So first, there are some blogs. You can just read the blog, the free blog, that talk about like the hydrosols. They may help you, for a certain part of the body, from different herbs. The book is going into a little more detail. There are 2 books that talk about. One is about the hydrosol book. So those if you buy the product, it will come with the product. It's a free ebook. You can read, and that there are certain different hydrosols. What are they used for? Some of the herb has a very strong, like antimicrobial. It's wonderful for your mouthwash, like foot, fungi treatments. Those are wonderful. Some are like a more like calming, or some like a more good for the skin, face, skin. Some like a hair. It's kind of like a natural way you can just take benefit from that. The other book is a tincture book. That's more like when you harvest, if you grow that, when you harvest that, and what part you harvest to make the tincture, and based on the research, what people say about the benefits of the herb. So that's the structure. Just for the guideline and the free blog, I think you can just read it, and you see a lot of things there.
Also, if you get my book, it's all about frankincense. So it explains, if you decide to do resin, my book is every species of frankincense that is commonly used and some that are not commonly used. And it has recipes in there on how to use it. It's on my website. The book sells for $24.99. So, and it's a soft cover. It's not an ebook, it's a regular book. So, and as I said, at the end of the book, it does have recipes in it. So, but it explains each resin and how to use it and its medicinal properties. So that's another thought. So, somebody else has a question. Luna.
Okay, so I know for solvents we can use glycerin, but can we use syrups as well?
Syrup? You mean the sugar?
Yes, something with sugar, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Like
But
flavored
this
syrup.
one, yeah, the syrup you can also use that. But the alcohol, glycerin, and oil are the best in this machine.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the
Okay,
best.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else? No, everybody knows everything. Come on, we're not gonna bite. We really aren't. So if you have a question, ask. Isabel, again? You're muted. Unmute, we don't hear you. We do not hear you. Unmute.
Oh, yes, I was wondering how much it weighs because we only allowed like 50 pounds on the luggage.
That one is just 25 pounds.
Oh, good. So I
Yeah,
could stuff it with clothes and stuff
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Luna, you have another one? No. Oh, then put the hand down. We don't hear you. You're muted.
I don't know how to put it back down, but I that was my question. Now I'm done. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So again, thank you, Dr. Leo. This was wonderful. Eventually, hopefully, if they get it fixed, it'll be up on Webex. If you're not on my email list, get on it so that I can send you the link. And if we find there's a problem, Dr. Leah will download it. He's going to put it up on YouTube. So, and Marva has a question before. What's your question?
I don't have a question, but I just wanted to make a comment. I have the ADI. I've had it about 3 months, and I've done a lot of experimenting, and I really love the dry rose petals made a beautiful hydrosol with a great smell that I was able to use in some skincare formulations. And also aloe vera makes a wonderful hydrosol. And I use the two preservatives that he recommended. And even though they're in the refrigerator, I've taken like a culture of those, and they're still microbial free. So I really recommend this product. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I'm planning on experimenting with a lot more herbs. I've done the tinctures and the glycerites and the hydrosols. I haven't tried the oils yet, but I really love the product.
Yeah, it's a lot
Thank
of
you very
fun.
much.
It really is. You did a good job on this one. And it's really not compared to all the other ones out there, it's a very good price. So otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. So there it is. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to the next one we're not sure yet because I haven't gotten her information, but it's supposed to be, I'll tell you right now. And I'm hoping she gives me her information. Otherwise, I'm going to do it. So the next one, we actually don't have a date. I'm all booked up until May. So I have June, July, August, September, November, and December open. If you know anybody who would like to be a speaker, pop me an email and I will get in touch with them. So, as I said, I have a few months open and I'd like to be able to find more speakers for I know they're far, you don't think of June, July, and August and September until you get there, but I have to book them in advance, knowing because a lot of these speakers speak other places. So I have to make sure I have it set. They could be an aromatherapist or they could be an herbalist. It doesn't matter, whichever way you want to do it. So let me shut the recording off.